I was like, hey, what's up? They said, you walk your own merry way. They walked their own merry way. But they had to learn that lesson somewhere or another. And if they learned it off of you, at least they learned it the good way, because somebody else could have just made it worse on them. And if they'd be like, ain't nobody going to make it worse, trust me, it's only going to excel. You're going to come to the point of truth if you don't change your way. Eventually, you're going to come to meet the brick. The brick is the shaitan. That means that's where the crap stops. Because no matter how big and bad and evil you think you may be, there's always going to be the shaitan. Something bigger, badder, and worse, and they have the authority to do it. They were placed in that particular situation. They were overly blessed, and then they used that in a negative fashion to create that negative world. We'll go deeper into that. This is sort of science to it, gnosis. But again, follow the dots, the bouncing ball, and all will be revealed over time as you follow the human instruction to you attain mastery. Your belief will enable you to defeat any negative emotion that you can feel. Once you have mastered this technique, you will know that negative conditioning has no power over you. To keep your mind in a blank state, relaxed mind, staying in the present, keeping a positive form of thinking, and do not run from your negative emotions. Instead, embrace them. Embrace them. Think and feel in a positive fashion and communicate all in a structure to overcome them. Negatives are progressive and continuous, wasteful, relentless, redundant, unsatisfied, 360 degrees of negatives, and obsessive. This is why you choose to have self-control. Show me a person who doesn't control themselves, and I'll show you a person who is controlled by everyone. So you have this self-control. Control of self is usually the shortest, COS, control of self. So they want to hurt you, but again, you always control yourself. There's a shorter way of doing this, but I got to show you how I got there. In the end, I'm going to break everything down. All these words, I'm going to break down in simplest equations, and it's really beautiful. You'll be like, wow, the guy kept his word. It's really beautiful. And then you learn this. And once you learn this, you go through life. And again, you have attained mastery. You have attained enlightenment. At least those who choose to do so. Otherwise, you're just burying yourself. Because once the people who was lured into ignorance have now awakened. And some of these people are guardians. So before they used to hurt people, once they're awakened, they're going to be like, don't hurt that child, don't hurt that person, because now they're no longer a hitman, they're a guardian. Even there was this killer, he was a massive killer. His name was the Iceman, and he used to kill people for a living. And the psychiatrist, if you ever see his interview, it was a straight-faced, stone-cold psychiatrist, and he was exactly what he needed. And he told him how if he was conditioned or trained when he was younger, he could have been a police officer or someone that was there willing to help people. So technically, God made him a guardian, but because he was directed in such a manner to do things for money that would kill people, he took the wrong path. And it sort of put a little light bulb in the Iceman, and he was like, I'll buy that. I will buy it. And right there, I think they put him to death. You got to really see the interview. It's really quite good. I love the psychiatrist. He was so stone-faced, meaning that he was straight in your face. And the Iceman, he was listening. Eventually, he started respecting and learning from that psychiatrist. So my props up to him. I love that stone face that he had and that seriousness that he had, because not all psychiatrists are really good people. But that guy, I respected because, he awakened awakened him too late. But, saying that he took the wrong direction. But because a lot of people, these are people that were star beings, that were sentient beings also, that are aligned to be in certain positions of either ruling or guardians or teachers or healers. And instead of doing that because they were misguided, so now they become criminals, and they're never happy and they don't know why. And that's something's wrong and it's itching at you, but you continue to do the wrong. So something's wrong and it's itching at you, so you continue to do this wrong. So you're on this Ferris wheel of negatives. So anyway, you choose to have restraint over yourself. So if you control yourself, it will make it more difficult, if not possible, for others to hurt you. So choose not to go into this escapism, because when you start going into this drug abuse, escapism, into all the things that you think that can alleviate you, like sex or lust or whatever, you're just going to go deeper into it, because you're escaping. You're trying to make an escape, but you can't never find alleviate the pain, and it's always there. So you're trying to escape with drugs. So the more drugs you take, you're not being alleviated. The deeper you get, and it's just this ongoing cycle over and over and over, a negative cycle over and over again. So you're never at peace. So anyway, you go into this alcohol abuse and drug abuse thinking that's going to solve your problem, when the real solution was the direction and how you're structured. And this sex abuse, therefore, and the pain goes on because you're feeling pain and you're expressing pain because that's within you. So what's in you is going to be magnified and personified going outwards. So you're far better off, instead of going back into your mind, instead of trying to project it outwards, go, wait a minute, I'm not going out, let me go back in. And then look at your thoughts, look at your inner dialogue, and you'll see all these problems, and you'll be like, hey, who are you? What's your beef? And somebody put those negatives in you. And therefore, you're following that same solution, which is escapism, as opposed to finding inner peace within your side, inside of yourself, through this structure and belief system within yourself. So you could, again, go in through, feel the pain and embrace it, because that's all they got to give. This is their energy. They want to give you that so you will be uncontrolled. But if they give you that and you're in control, now you hold the negative energy hostage. It is your prisoner. I don't belong to you. You belong to me. Now relax and stay calm. And it'll fight. And it's like a rope-a-dope with your spirit. You stay calm. It's going to attack you. But you feel it. You embrace. You say you're feeling calm. You're at peace. And the negative energy is just all exhausted and beat down while you're still going strong. And then when it leaves with blessings. Again, I don't know why it came in negative, but it came out giving you anything you want. I guess maybe that's his way of saying, please release me. I'm sorry. I'll give you what you want. And it's usually very kind, and it'll give you a pleasant thought. And with that pleasant thought, meaning, how can I use it better? Next time somebody does that to me, how can I use that to make a peaceful outcome? What's the best procedure to defeat that action? And it will give it to you. Most likely, maybe God intervenes and it's like, well done, and it gives you a positive inner dialogue, and you'll be like, huh, that's interesting. And then the next time it happens, you could stop a person right in their tracks. You've seen it over and over again. That person did or said something, you know what's coming. And therefore, you could see exactly how the one called Christ in the Bible, in a Bible, there's different forms of Bibles. We'll go over that too There's a science to that. But you can see his inner workings and how it works. So you can choose to go through this. Again, not escapism, but embrace it. Look into it. So some organizations may help you into feeling like you are loved, that you are loved, and that embrace the feeling of positives and be glad. And also, if you feel like lonely, even embrace the feeling of loneliness and don't run from it. Again, you're playing rope-a-dope. Loneliness is usually a feeling in the present of slow timing. And the solution will be, that's below 8. In other words, there's too little and too much. Too little is depression, meaning you need to do something. Whether it's go out, maybe start farming, or planting seeds, or you can just go for a walk, maybe go visit a friend, take a train ride to the next town, go shopping, and you'll go from depression to feeling normal. Of course, you may get anxiety, which is if you do too much. So there's too much and too little. So you can imagine, again, that's a science that we're going to get to. Everything that I mentioned, absolutely, will all boil down to a point. And it will be simplified and simplified. So I'll expand, and then I'll make it smaller, and then I'll make it smaller, and then I'll make it smaller until you'll be like, and then you become enlightened. So you can imagine that with someone that you're being loved, also daydreaming and dreaming is good. So if you're feeling lonely, imagine that you have somebody, or make up a movie in your mind, or watch a movie that may help you feel romantic and loved, and empathize with the star that you are that person, or daydream that you're having a positive relationship and you're spending time with that person that you love. You can empathize being loved, also reading romantic novels, watching romantic movies, or you can just simply use your imagination to come up with any particular solution. If you don't know what you're feeling or thinking, write it down, so then you will know the corrective actions to take of what you believe may help you, and to switch it around, overcome the feeling of being unloved. Then there is the 100% rule, and that is which a day is broken up into the 24-hour section. You could also be, use your time wisely and know when to take action and when to rest. Balance is usually a problem with people who have negative emotions, so you need balance within your life. Conditioning, also while you're sleeping, is helpful, meaning if you take a nap, listen to a positive guided meditation, maybe some smooth jazz. I recommend plugs that go in your ear at a low volume. You don't want it too loud, just something low volume, something smooth and relaxing. If you're excited, if you're bored, well, then you can play some faster, maybe a little louder. And then usually they feel better when you wake up. If you feel too much anxiety when you're waking up, meditate, reflect. Also, mantras and positive affirmations may be helpful until you feel positive on your own. Do not be in a rush to get up out of bed. Instead, as soon as you wake up, relax a little bit. So it may require you to sleep earlier or to take cat naps here and there for you to relax. But it's not recommended to take too many sleeping pills, because you just want to relax your mind and your body. And if you're too caught up in REM, it may cause you to overthink and express anxiety. And that's its own procedure. We'll get into every individual procedure. Life is not a quick race. It is an endurance run. So don't try to be burned out all quick. People try to make it look like it's all this quick race, and that's when you get burned out. Do not let negative perceptions lead you to believe that life is to be rushed. So don't watch a lot of these quick commercials and flashing pictures on television and these movies that may irritate you further if you're feeling anxiety. Instead, watch something that's slow-paced, maybe a flower or a butterfly or just a dot on the wall. Rest, relax your mind and your body. Do not be in a rush also to attain riches, because most people won't even get past the poverty line, especially at this particular time when there are so many hoarders that want to attain all the money, and they're doing so by just robbing other people and causing all these schemes, or creating a system where the money trickles down to a certain amount of people that only think and feel like they do, which is very apathetic, only so they can covet by means of apathy and hurt and causing pain through famines. So they're trying to keep all the work, the benefits of work for themselves, as opposed to give and share. It's always take, take, take. First, seek positiveness and patience. Do not think of life in terms of money, but instead think of life in terms of positives and how that works, because there's two kind of riches. There's the riches with money, and there's the riches with inner spiritual being, and the latter is where true happiness is, in love and not in wealth, because the wealth, you can have all the money in the world and still feel worse, even worse, when you come to the realization that all the money in the world isn't going to give you the end effect that you really had truly wanted. You can choose to bear pain and trials without complaint and maintain forbearance under provocation and strain, being able to take negatives and stand firm without fight or flight, but instead staying calm and having patience and come up with positive solutions, or away from problems, as opposed to reacting and staying in a problem, coming up with solutions to any negative emotions and base that on logic rather than emotion. Life is meant to be celebrated. Life is meant to be enjoyed and shared, not to be a prisoner of your domicile as a bird in a gilded cage, or as in television and computers, but instead to be really lived and to give and share love through our other energies. We are born to share our energies to grow, which creates a bigger energy field within this planet. Try going out to the park, or going to a concert, or to go to a beach. Maybe if you could find a good church, take a walk around your neighborhood, go to a movie, have a party, go to a party, go to a dance hall, learn to dance, learn something new, join a club, go to a theater, a sporting event, or go to a festival yearly, or visit someone over your house, invite somebody over for a possible romantic dinner, or a romantic dinner, and maybe try some romantic dancing, some slow dancing. Find somebody to give a gift to. Find a reason for it. It could be a holiday, a birthday. But again, you want to find somebody that is a good person, because a negative individual is just not going to do it, because they're just there to ruin your day. If you don't have any such person, then go out on your own and do things nice to people or what you can. At least communicate in a positive dialogue.